Vista. This week I learned that Monte Vista will be receiving 40 Chromebooks by the end of this month. I also learned that some models of Chromebooks are have Ethernet capability, which means they are capable of being wired. I continue to urge GUSD to wire these devices as a precautionary measure to keep our children safe. I know that the district feels that they have done their due diligence by running some tests in our classrooms determining that the amount of radio frequency radiation is below FCC standards. What we parents are concerned about is that FCC standards have not been addressed for the past 18 years. Thousands of scientific studies and peer-reviewed literature have been published in the past 18 years to determine FCC's current standards as faulty. I will list some of these studies that were compiled by Cindy Sage. At 1,000 microwatts per centimeter squared is the current FCC standards, 1,000. At 0.00034 microwatts, it has been shown tests have shown chronic exposure to mobile phone, pulse radio frequency significantly reduced sperm counts. At 0.0006 to 0.0128 microwatts per centimeter squared, fatigue, depressive tendency, sleeping disorders, concentration difficulty, cardiovascular problems reported with exposure to GSM cell phone signals at base station level exposure. At 0.0009 microwatts per centimeter squared, radio frequency radiation induced 10 to 40% increase in DNA synthesis in glioma cells, that's brain cells. At 0.003 to 0.02 microwatts per centimeter squared, in children and adolescents ages 8 to 17 years, short-term exposure caused headaches, irritation, concentration difficulties in school. At 0.003 to 0.05 microwatts in children and adolescents 8 to 17 years, short-term exposure caused conduct problems in schools, behavioral problems. At 0.006 to 0.01 microwatts, chronic exposure to base station radio frequency in humans showed increased stress hormones, dopamine levels substantially decreased, higher levels of adrenaline and noradrenaline, dose response seen, produce chronic physiological stress in cells even after 1.5 years. At 0.01 to 0.11 microwatts per centimeter squared, radio frequency from cell towers caused fatigue, headache, sleeping problems. At 0.05, this is the radio frequency exposure of being 10 feet away from a wireless computer. 0.01 to 0.05, adults 18 to 91 years, with short-term exposure to GSM cell phone radiation reported headaches, neurological problems, sleep, and concentration problems. From 0.05 to 0.1, radio frequency linked to adverse neurological, cardio symptoms, and cancer risk. 0.05 to 0.1, radio frequency related to headache, concentration, sleeping problems, fatigue. Radio 0.38, microwatts per centimeter squared, radio frequency affected calcium metabolism in heart cells. From 0.8 to 10 microwatts per centimeter squared, radio frequency caused emotional behavioral changes, free radical damage by super weak microwaves. 0.13 microwatts per centimeter squared, radio frequency from 3G cell towers, decreased cognition and well-being. 0.16 microwatts, motor function, memory, and attention of school children affected. 0.168 to 1.053 irreversible infertility in mice after 5 generations of exposure. 0.2 to 8 radio frequency caused 2-fold increase in leukemia in children. 0.2 to 8 microwatts radio frequency survival in children with leukemia, decreased survival in children with leukemia. The problem I listed here were at 10,000 to 10 million times below FCC faulty standards of 1,000 microwatts per centimeter squared. GUSD found the levels in our classroom to be 10,000 to 100,000, and actually looking at the report, they were actually up to 1,000 times less than FCC faulty standards. And as you can imagine, this is not good news for a mother like me. And it shouldn't be good news for you, too.